the money's really gonna open up more worlds to the garbage, like Kevin said. Like Kevin's saying, like I'll be able to paint my masterpiece really soon.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, he's
Like,
not going to start wearing
instead of doing laundry, I'm just starting to buy new clothes.
Oh, you're going Al Harrison with it.
Oh yeah, the brand new shirts. I got 10 brand new
Mariah
shirts.
Carey
I'm cool.
never wore something twice.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
In order to get him come to record an episode, I have to give him a new pair of Air Forces every time. It's in his contract.
No, but so wait. So you're saying I cut you off there. Your
Sure.
father was making the money.
Yeah, we were doing all right, and then like it would just come and go, and then
Yeah.
like it just like bad purchases and like never say like it just really showed like.
So you're yo-yoing between garbage and money. You know, money. No
Yeah, it was
money,
like I
you
walked
get
in
it.
both worlds. Like I went to
Yeah.
school with all these kids. Like at times I went to school with all these kids. It was like my neighborhood, my area was like new money. It was like doctors and lawyers, and then like people who own like plumbing contracting companies, like
Right.
us. Like so, like
Right.
all my friends, all their parents were like dirtballs that owned construction companies, right? And like we didn't really fraternize with the doctors and the lawyers. It was just two different worlds.
Right.
So that's what
right.
I'm used to. Like, you know, we still go on vacation and like 30 of us stay in a house because it's like cheaper that way. You know what I mean?
Like, let me ask you this: since as Irish we don't really understand a lot of this stuff, what do you need to have, let's say, in your bank accounts to go to bed at night comfortably, where you would be panicked? Like, if you had zero in your savings, would you be able to sleep at night?
Oh yeah, no. I mean, like right now, I am doing
Like what the normal
so
people
much
do.
worse now with
Okay.
money than I was when I was like mid-20s, just because of like I'm obviously making more money, but I had just way more bills.
Uh-huh.
So like now, I mean, I don't go to bed at night. I just panic about money all day,
Yeah,
every
yeah,
day.
yeah. It's-
And the number of dollars is higher, but the number of money coming out, you know.
Sure, yeah,
When
yeah.
I was like 20, I was 25. I was working as an accountant, and Barstool was giving me under the table money. I mean, I was Rockefeller. It was
Oh, dude.
amazing, you know. And now
Talking
I'm
a little bit
making
of
a
cash.
lot more money, but you know, 2 kids.
Yeah, price of
divorce,
poker goes up.
bills.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
See, I think
I used
that's
to be playing, 5-10, and now I'm playing, 50-100. It's
Yeah,
fucking,
yeah,
So and my bills have gone up at a much faster rate than the salary has.
Of course.
So
But that's like,
it's also my own fault.
yeah, well, you don't have married. Like you just
Yeah.
got engaged, right? Or you get
I'm
married?
married.
You're married.
I've
Yeah,
been married a
mistake.
year.
Mistake.
No, she's got
big
money.
time.
She paid for the studio.
Oh,
I see what's going on.
I married up. We got some international funds. You know what I mean?
European investors.
That's what he likes because she's from Germany. He's like, we got a European investor. I'm like, meanwhile, she could pull the fuck and we're screwed.
That's amazing.
I think I could go to bed with $50.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
I-
gone.
I
listen,
think
we're
that's-
both
I
in
don't
debt.
have
Like
bills.
we
I don't have a bill.
That's
I don't
the
pay a
real
bill.
difference.
I pay rent. That's it. I don't have bills.
That's the real difference. Garbage can go to bed. Like I can go to bed with negative $200 in my checking account,
Sleep sound.
knowing a couple of bills are going to hit the next day. I got 6 parking tickets. I'd sleep like a baby.
Like a fucking baby.
Like a baby.
And I think that's because was born into it like Bane. Like I was born into the garbage. Dude,
Yeah.
I used to when we were early Barstool days, I would get paid $400 a month. And I would fucking use that debit card until it got to $1 left. Then I'd go to an ATM, withdraw $200 because I'd still hit.
I've done that too. Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
fucking
yeah.
move.
That's the play.
Great move.
Right? And I would have,
You would
have $200 for the weekend.
you would strategically overdraw.
Overdraft,
So if
yes.
you know
Right.
if you're gonna overdraft, you can't get hit 4 different times because you're getting hit for the 27 or 32,
Yeah.
whatever your banking institution
A
charges
bullet's a
you.
bullet.
Take that
So
one.
take the big
fucking
one. So
shot.
I would take out $400 and be like, well, I'm at least good till my next direct deposit.
Right.
So I'd be like, this the $400 will get me
So
through the week.
If I'm
I
gonna go
know
in
how to
overdraft,
live.
Dude,
go in
400 bucks
overdraft.
at 32 bucks,
Dude.
I'll take that all day
Yes.
long.
Easy.
What's the move you
Easy
did one
long.
night at like off the wagon or something like that in the village where you had your debit card and they were running a tab and then you ran across the street and took money out or something like that?
Yeah, it was that same situation. It was I knew I was going to overdraw, so I had a tab open. Let's say I had 100 or it was less. Say I had $20 on my
In your account.
in my account. I opened up a tab knowing that they don't swipe it until the end. So I'm like, this $20. If I spend $100,
That's on them, buddy.
yeah. I'm like, it's not going to process until I close out the tab. So what I did, I was like, hey man, I got to run across. I'm going to pay. So I ran across and I did that. I withdrew like $400, only having 20. Then went and paid cash. So the bar tab didn't overdraft me. I at least got 400 cash, and I'm like, I'm going to
You got to
overdraft.
strategically overdraft.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me at least get cash in
You had
hand.
a scam.
Little
right?
walking
Right
around
away.
money. You know what I mean?
You had like a prepaid card or something.
I would
right?
do-
It's
Oh,
great.
come on.
Back
That
in
was
the
most
day
of
when,
college,
when
baby.
the American Expresses came out, it was like $50 on the American Express, and people didn't really catch on yet that it wasn't a real American
Sure.
Express. So I'd go in there with like $1 on that,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't fucking living like a Rockefeller, being like, oh, give me like the fucking.
You gotta fly under the radar a little
I'm
bit.
still fucking drinking regular, but then I just split.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
just be
yeah.
out of there.
Yeah.
And I've spent my fucking life since then making it up to the service industry. So I apologize.
Yeah.
I fuck big fat fuck now, but those people got boned a little
Yeah, so,
bit.
so they were just taking American Express, thinking like, all right, I'll run this at the end of the night. Now I'm realizing that it's a prepaid.
It was a
card
prepaid
that's
card
$20
with
on.
like $2 left.
And then they'd
I
be
was
like, "Where's that fucking?" Go.
There's
Like,
nothing
night.
more classy, more sophisticated, more stylish in the eyes of somebody who's trash than an American Express card. Let me tell you something.
Dude, I used to
Society.
I used to work at a law firm. My day job was I worked at a law firm in Midtown, and they spent so much money. It was like a huge, dude, they charged like $1,800 an hour. They represented international billionaires were their only client. It was bananas. So
What the fuck are they doing hiring you?
exactly. I don't know how I got the job, but
Isn't
I
it
fucking
amazing?
I kept it for sure.
Yeah.
Dude, I got so like in the world. I was like on the phone with like Tokyo. I'm like, I need $1 million in the account, stat. Hang up, and at one point I'm like, who the fuck am I? Meanwhile, I'm overdrafting my bank card. But that's how that was our Christmas bonuses. They would give us, because for every $1,000 they spent with American Express corporate card, they got a $50 gift card or
But
whatever.
isn't that trashy, though? Don't you think that's
So
trashy?
my holiday bonus every year was like $20 $50 gift cards or whatever,
Right.
or like $10 $50
$20, $50
They
gift
would
cards.
give me like a big envelope of all $50 cards. I'm like, well, you guys, this isn't really even your money. You're just giving me free money, you fuck. But I'll take
You got to
it.
spread a meal for yourself over several cards. That's pretty fucking.
But dude, if I
spread it
wasn't
out over
fucking,
here.
3 ways, sir. You're just sitting at the table alone. Yeah, can you just put it in 3 cards?
Can you
think
put
that- I
one
think that-
jalapeno
yeah.
popper on this card?
I think
one
there's
jalapeno popper on
There's
this card.
953 on this one. I think this one's full.
That's trash.
But dude, for those like 2 weeks after I got that, I was like living like a king. I was like, taxis, ooh, like I was just fucking swiping a new card every time.
Isn't there just like I obviously the goal in life is to get rich and have tons of money, but I love scheming and scamming.
I tried to do that once, and it was kind of a
Got stuck in the cab.
misunderstanding. Dude, it was bad. It wasn't that long ago. It was like a couple years ago. But I could have.
Oh no, it was just like less than a year ago. I know this story, and it was bad.
This was Thursday night. Time. Listen, let's change some dates and names, protect the innocent and the guilty. But I could have swore I had money on my card, right? And I put it in. It was pre-pandemic.
Okay.
Maybe during the pandemic. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It's neither here nor there. But I put my card in, and it kept saying decline, but I know I had money. And the guy kind of started yelling at me and stuff like that. And I was fucking hammered.
Well, it was also, I remember it being like, it said processing, but like the transaction kind of can't. And
Yeah.
he was just like, I'm not I don't have enough money to re-swipe
No,
this. So
yeah.
like, this is like, here's my
If it's
number.
going through, it's-
I thought
yeah.
This is now your problem, buddy.
I
did
kind
my
of
part.
thought he was trying to rip me off, to be honest with you. So I just get out of the car and I start fucking, right? Because he starts chasing me.
Holy.
But here's the
I
thing.
cannot even imagine watching you run down.
Well,
the
here's
street
the
like
thing,
that.
man. I am not the
Like a
athlete I used to be.
Bowling, like a bowling ball, just
So-
rolling down, like the big stone in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Just rolling
I think
down.
I
I've seen
think
the
women
big
and
man-
children running out of the way.
I think I'm being real slick, right? Like I'm fucking behind the car. I fucking sprint down this street. I sprint down this street, and then I see like a fucking clear opening straight up to the up to where my apartment is. Make a left, and I'm inside. So I'm bolting up this street, and this guy all of a sudden is next to me, going backwards, driving real slow with the door open, just laughing at
Wow.
me. Literally, fucking just laughing at me, like, ah! And then like wheels around. Oh man,
That is an unbelievable visual.
Oh,
The-
dude.
The thought that you had
I was cooking too, baby.
That's the 20, the 10, the 5,
yeah.
Like I would give me a Kevin Harlan call and
Oh,
Foley running away
man.
from the.
A lot of people say he's lost a step, but I don't see it here, folks. The kids are moving down the street.
You also get to a certain amount of beers where you're like, I
can
got
do it.
this.
I can
I
do
got
it.
one more good one left in me. Let me fuck the boosters and I'm out.